Helping your child understand the world not only involves teaching vocabulary in both receptive or comprehension and expressive or speaking, for example, modalities. It also involves gradually moving from concrete to abstract learning and concepts. Here's a way to do this. First, you teach the names of familiar objects, people, and places. Do this by first teaching everyday concepts in both receptive and expressive modalities. You do this by first asking your child to point to objects when you say the word or their name. For example, you say chair, with the child pointing or otherwise selecting the chair from a visual field of several objects or pictures of several objects, including the chair. As each concept is learned, introduce them in an expressive modality where you show the child the objects or pictures of objects and ask the child to say their name. For example, the child says chair after presenting them with a picture card and asking, "What is this?" After you've taught these basic concepts, you can start teaching the names of actions and emotions. Start exercises where you name the action or an emotion, showing your child options of people acting out these emotions or actions, and asking the child to find the picture that you are describing when you ask the child, for example, where is jumping or where is sad, with the boy pointing or the child pointing to the correct from several options presented in a visual field of at least 3 options. After this, ask your child to describe what the person in the photograph is doing or feeling by presenting pictures one at a time and asking questions like, "What is the boy doing?" or "How is the boy feeling?" with the child responding by naming the action or emotion, for example, reading or happy for children who are at the one-word level, and things like "the boy is reading" or "the boy looks happy" for those at the short phrases or sentence level of speech production. After you successfully have taught the child to identify and name familiar concepts, teach functions of objects. And you can do this by combining learned names from concepts and their functions or actions. Start by naming the function and asking your child to select the correct object. For example, you say something like, "Which one do you sit on?" while presenting several options visually and the child pointing to a chair. After this, in the expressive modality, show the child and ask them to name the function by saying, for example, "What is a chair?" with the child corresponding, "It's for sitting." Finally, you can teach that people perform actions and have emotions. Start by naming a familiar person who is acting out an emotion or a feeling, and show them options or pictures of options with familiar people acting out these emotions or actions. Asking your child to find a picture you describe when you ask the child, for example, "Where's your dad running?" or "Where's your sister sad?" with the boy or the child pointing correctly to the picture. After this, ask your child to describe what the person in the photograph is doing or feeling, with the child responding by naming the familiar person followed by the appropriate action or emotion when presented with the picture. The child would respond, for example, with phrases such as "Mom is reading" or "My sister is happy." Now using learned concepts, including names of people in their lives, to combine them with their knowledge about actions and emotions in order to better identify and describe people in their environment and what they are doing or feeling. Do you have any other suggestions that the audience can use in structuring their vocabulary lessons to gradually move from concrete to abstract learning? Please add in the comments and refer to the readings in the reference list on this post for a better understanding of conceptual language development during the early years. And see you in the next one.